Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of ATM 10 to the Sky, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. There's a couple of things I want to do today, and a number of them are going to be just super simple little crafts. And the first one I want to do is I want to get this compacting drawer. And all we're going to need is some stone, which I forgot to smelt up. But in between episodes, I did do a little bit of sifting, so we got a little bit of goodies here, and yeah, bunch of coal and stuff like that. But I only did gravel, so we don't really have too much of this stuff or anything like that. But it's not too big a deal. And we'll go ahead and grab this. I would love some cobblestone. And then we can go ahead and grab some planks. Because we need 2 pistons for this guy. And then we're going to need a normal drawer. And I think that's enough, right? Sweet. And with the compacting drawer, we can go ahead and grab all this. And we can place this guy here. And then if I put this here, it'll always go into there, and then we have ×1 right here and ×2 right here. So that just makes it easier so I don't have to do that myself. So that's a nice easy one to start off with, right? Boom. Easy peasy. Next thing I want to do is I want to make some steel. I got 13 iron. I guess we'll just use that. There we go. Now we have 13 steel. I'm gonna go ahead and smelt this up as well. I don't believe we need this other stone, so we'll be okay there. I'll grab this smooth stone, though, so we're gonna make this into slabs. And we'll grab some sticks. And we need 2 armor stands. And then we're gonna make this guy too, the squeezer. And there we go. So now we have our 54 iron ingots. We also got our steel. And now what we can do is we can go ahead and I want to make a squeezer really quick. Whoops. And so all we need to do is go ahead and make 1 block. And we can make our squeezer. And then we have our armor stands already. And then I need to make one more thing. Nice. So it should go like this. And then I believe... Hold up. Before I don't want to mess up this recipe, so... Okay, yeah. No, we was doing the right thing. So yeah, we'll do this, and then grab some of our redstone. Put that there. Let's put it there. So yeah, now with this redstone clock, if we go ahead and put the squeezer right here, and then we're going to need an inventory here. We'll put this guy here, and we'll put the hopper on the back, because if you notice right here, there's these little lines. It'll push into whatever inventory, right? And I've also had issues with hoppers being on, if it runs out, it tends to just kind of overflow back into the hopper for some reason. I have no idea why this happens. I wish I knew. But, you know, stuff happens, and, you know, you just kind of got to roll with the punches, right? Alright, so I'll put this guy here. And then we can put this right here. So that we can put these armor stands up above it without actually, oh, poop. It's almost foolproof. There we go. Now you need 2 of them because that's the only way that it'll actually have me enough weight to smush it down, right? But now what we can do is get rid of all these planks real quick. We can grab this other chest. put this right here. And actually, I'm going to do double chest because, you know, why not? Oh, that was dumb. There we go. I'm going to get those out of there. Alright, so, the cool thing with this is, now, we'll go ahead and move this too. Alright, so if we go ahead and grab up like our gold and our iron that it's already kind of built up, right? We'll throw it in there. It'll smush it, and it'll about overflow back into the hopper. So silly. So what I like to do is just the classic vanilla method of, you know, you plug it up, right? So 1, 2, 3, oh, and there. And now, there we go. The default now has to go into the chest. Like, if there's no other way I could do it. So, that's kind of a way to soft lock it. I wish I knew of another way, but yeah. Especially because the hopper almost always is trying to put it in there. I tried doing a logistical pipe one time, and it I don't know why, but it just refused to work. Well, I mean, it worked, but because it's not going, the pump rate isn't going, like, you know, checking constantly to put in the inventory, it just didn't work. So, you know, maybe with a fast enough, maybe with like a fast enough pipe with a netherite pipe upgrade, it'll always work, but that's a little too expensive for such a simple project. But anyway, the other thing we need to do is we need to get this. So we need to get osmium, and I don't have a diamond pickaxe, so the reason I set this up was because, well, I don't have a netherite pickaxe, and I can't. Sorry, netherite pickaxe. If I go and regret placing this down somewhere, let's put it there. Boom. So it's diamond. I can't mine that. I don't even have an iron pickaxe yet, right? But what I can do is if I put it in here, it'll turn it into the ore, and I don't have to mine it, and I get, you know, extra ore that I wouldn't normally get. Because if I show you the squeezer recipes, if you do any sort of ore, you get a chance of at least double, or like, yeah, with copper, right? So you get a chance to get 6, which is crazy. But I mean, to be fair, it's not as good as fortune, but either way, this works awesomely. So yeah, any sort of ore. So basically, what we'll do is, at least for the starter game, as soon as we make up any ore, we'll go ahead and just throw it in this thing, and we'll get it all smelted up. Eventually, you know, the smelting right now is my biggest enemy. If you watch the first episode of my ATM to the ATM 10 series, we solved that right away. We got ourselves a create smelter, and we're going to be doing something similar here soon because, yeah, much better, faster, and no using the coal. Which, I mean, to be fair, in a pack like this, we're not going to run into resource issues. At least, I mean, we will in the early game, but you know what I mean. Eventually, later, we will not have that issue. We'll be overflowing with too many resources. But anyway, so we can check that off the list. We can check... Oh, that was just that off the list. Okay, yeah, cool. We can get rid of those guys, too. So now what we can do is, before we go into making the fan and getting that said smelter set up, I want to go ahead and upgrade our capabilities for lava production, because I want to make these superheating elements. And what that'll do is, right now, as you see at the top of my top of the screen there, it says rate times 2. These guys will give it a rate of 60, so it'll work super fast. And that's why we made the steel earlier. And then we need this glass. And then finally we needed that osmium. And at least the nice thing is we only need 1. Well, technically we need 2. Now we can go ahead and make these guys up. And then we just need some copper. And we can make these. And there we go, we have 2 superheating elements. And we can get rid of these silly old campfires. And we can put these down here. And now you can see at the top it says 60. Now if I go ahead and grab some cobblestone. Yeah, look at that. We're already up at 2.7 thousand. That's so awesome. So if I go and grab these, I can go ahead and click it in now, and you can see how much faster it makes. Like, holy moly. Much better. And I believe there's only one thing faster, and I believe it's the soul lava? Here we go, yeah. Yes, so yeah, the soul lava has a melt rate of 120, so literally double the speed there, but this is going to be the second best that we can get. At least I believe. And that, like, because to be fair, I'm only basing it off of what I can see here. Like, I know in ATM 9, if you had, like, a compressed uranium block, it would do more. And some of them was, like, one of them was, like, stupid crazy if you had, like, a really, really, really compressed uranium block. But anyway. Good to go there. Now let's go ahead and get that encased fan set up so we don't have to worry about using these super, super slow. So slow. Yes, anyway, so the other thing I would like for that is some zinc, so let's make sure to... Oh, did it already go through? Nice. One of these guys, and then do I have 3 stone? No, it's the smooth stone. I have 1 stone. That's okay, because we can just go ahead and smelt 2 more. I want to get a... my goodness, I am blanking of the name. Cutting... Nope. Saw... Well, I'll tell you what, I remember the recipe, so so we'll find out the name together. That and boop, that. Stone cutter. Silly me. Okay, there we go. So yeah, we'll put that there, and then the reason I wanted the zinc is because we can make our super fancy copycat panels. Not really fancy, but the cool thing about them is if you go ahead and, like, you know, do whatever with them, right? You can go ahead and click it with any sort of block, and it'll disguise itself. So it's just like frame blocks, but from Create. But the reason I like to use it is... grab up some andesite here. Only 3 iron nuggets. Okay, that's not going to do us much good. But we can get ourselves some andesite alloy. Some stripped logs. And if we click these andesite alloy on these, we can go ahead and get ourselves some casings. As well as, we're going to need to put the andesite alloys like this, and we'll get ourselves some shafts. And then, I believe the only other thing we're needing is some plates. Which, I think I'm just going to do the cheap route and just make an engineer's hammer, just to make it easier on myself. Normally, I would go ahead and do the first part of Create and make ourselves the stamper, but I don't believe... we have multiple mods for a reason. It just makes it easier to go around and do different things. Alright. And then, boom. We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. And then... boom. We just make ourselves a little water wheel to power the whole thing. So now, if we go ahead and grab ourselves our bucket... Oh, the other thing I meant to do last episode, whatever you want to call it, is we needed to make an infinite water source, because that is like the least efficient way possible to deal with water. So let's just go ahead and put that there, and perfect. Infinite water. Which, of course, we're going to need 1 water and 1 lava. Again, this is all temporary up here. We're going to be you know, having a much better setup later on, but we just got to get into AE before we do that. And then I gotta place a temporary block here just to make it easy. There we go. Put that guy in front. Water. Are we blowing or sucking? We're sucking. Now we're blowing. Super easy. Alright, and now we go ahead and pick up our temporary block again because, you know, dirt is very, very precious. Because, if you didn't notice, the dirt is only on this top layer up here. Everything else is moss. All moss. But I do kind of like it, and that's where, if you saw that first episode when I was showing off my city idea, right? All of the grass was technically moss. I think it looks kind of good, honestly, especially when there's nothing else to compare it to. Looks like a lighter shade, you know, just like a nice little I don't know, nice little something. But anyway, now we can go ahead and grab these guys, and the reason I wanted the panels was because if I put a panel here, particles is so like you see the little particles, they actually go through. Oh, come on. And if I put this guy here, it still blows through. So we actually will smelt with these this particle of lava, right? And let me go ahead and fill out the rest of this really quickly. Also, yes, if I touch it, it burns like a lot. And that's another reason why I'm adding this right here, because I don't want to accidentally walk into it. I'm good. As well as putting this guy here and there, so we don't have to worry about it too much. I don't know why, it just looks cool to me. Looks cool, but dang is it ugly. Okay, cool. Well, either way, that's all we needed. And then, I don't know, we'll do this too. I don't know. I normally design these things. Yeah, this is just the crudest possible way I could set this up. But if I go ahead and go here now, actually, if I go dump my inventory really quick, because I got a bunch of stuff I don't need. And there we go. So now, if I throw this in here, grab this. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, right? No, I think I finished off my copper. Yeah, I did. So, not a big deal, because now if we just go ahead and throw these guys in here, right? Let it slowly glide along and smelt up. Hey, there we go. And now we have ourselves a fully stacked. Go ahead and I don't want to turn all of these, but yeah, let's make 4 of them. And I wish I would have kept my sticks on me, but that's okay. There we go. And now, not only are we doubling or tripling sometimes from this, we can now double it with the ore hammer. So, and to be fair, before you think I'm clever or something, it's just the quest line. It's just telling me what to do. So yeah, sieve, ore chunks, squeezer, copper hammer. So yeah. But we'll go ahead and do that really quickly because I need all the iron and gold I could possibly need. Well, get. Sorry. Boom. Throw this in here, throw this in here. Oh, wow. I thought pressing tab was going to get it to work. Okay. Looks like we already went through them all. That's crazy. At least I got more copper, that's for sure. But at least it'll get us plenty to work with. Pick it back up. Yeah, give me all that. Alright, so now that we have all that, we are big chilling on iron and a little bit on gold. But we can go ahead and get rid of all that. And now that we have the gold, I want to grab this and some redstone, as well as we need a little bit of sand, so we go ahead and crush that up really quickly. If I remember it, I think I can smelt it as it's compacted. I can. So yeah, we'll just throw that in there. And there we go, just like that. Now if I uncompress it, we have 9 glass, and we're going to need a bottle. We're going to need a clock. And then it's lapis, right? Oh, we still need diamonds. Ooh. I'll take a pause there. And how much iron did I get? Yeah. Easy peasy. Now we're going to go ahead and upgrade our sieves to iron tier. And with the upgrading to the iron tier, also allows us to have a drop chance for said diamonds. So if I go ahead and go to the gravel, there we go. 1% chance and 1% chance, but it's better than a 0% chance. And actually, because we have our gold, we can probably just skip this tier altogether and go straight to gold. And the gold does affect the drops, so do remember to check those if you guys are playing, because, yeah, boom, you also get a chance to get just straight raw gold ore, as well as the ore chunks themselves. And then, yeah, see, our chances have improved to 4% and 3% for emeralds. And we can go ahead and just throw all this in here. And then, yeah, see how I was saying, once it runs out, it kind of just gets stuck. So before you start it up again, just make sure to fill it in so it's always working. But other than that, to our handy-dandy drawer here, and we'll just grab the whole thing. And with these times 2s, we can go ahead and just go ahead and boom! Turn them into times 3s really quick. And have too much gravel to even worry about. Yeah, that's a lot. We'll go ahead and use our auto clicker again, and we'll just sieve all this up. You just gotta love that sea of items. Oh yeah, music to my ears. And we got our first diamonds and emeralds. How sweet it is. So we have these 4 drawers. I want them for very specific purposes of mainly holding our ochrum, our viridium, our azurine, our crimsite, and then I want a couple more for the what is it, the kiwi? Yeah, the kiwi. One more for kiwi. Alright, I guess it's getting moved. I don't want it. Alright, dope. So then we throw that in there, that in there, that in there, and much, much better. Alright, and then we can get rid of the things. We don't need that. We definitely can throw our coal in there, diamonds in there. Alright, dope. Oh, that's right. I wanted the lapis in there too, because that's just one of those things that's just going to take up a lot of space over time, and it's not something I use very often. And typically, when I do enchanting in these mod packs, I well, I guess you guys will see. I do it a weird way, for sure. I am not a huge fan of the vanilla mechanics for enchanting, so you'll hardly ever see me actually use a normal enchanting setup. But anyway, now that we finally got all that cleaned up, holy moly. I think I might make one for coal as well, because, yeah, holy crap. Okay. But anyway, I still have one, two, three, four, yeah, a little over 3 stacks of this gravel to still get through, so I'll be back with you guys once I'm done with that. Um, I did, yeah, it was spitting out, so we just had to take some out of the chest. But yeah, that was a little funny for a second there. But with that, we have gotten through all that. Oh man, let's throw this right here for now. But with that, that's all of our loot. So throw all this here, here, here. There we go. Throw these in there. There we go. So yeah, then we get that all taken care of. But yeah, this is so we got 107 emeralds. I don't really care about the amethyst to be fair, and then 144 diamonds. Got a bunch of coal, bunch of the create building blocks, decent bit of lapis that I'm never gonna probably touch. And yeah, but the important thing is now that we have some diamonds, and I guess the lapis, man, I'm just putting my foot in my mouth. Okay, and there we go. And Time in a Bottle is the most awesomest mod ever. So what you can do with it is, over time, obviously, you see how it's ticking up, right? You can use the stored time within the time in the bottle to tick accelerate things. Up to times 256, and I believe it ends up equaling out to about an hour. And it is just awesome. And also, if you end up paying attention, you'll end up realizing how often I end up AFKing on this game. Because holy moly, if you go to my other world, my character I think has like 180 hours on it, and I haven't really done much. So yeah. But anyway, now that we have the time in the bottle, we can check that off the list. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, I think the last thing that we can do before we end this episode is wanna get this upgraded, because it's not like we don't have the materials, that's for sure. So it goes copper, iron, gold, emeralds, diamonds. There we go. I don't know why I was playing nice there. And we can take this old one that still has 2,000 cobblestone on it. We can put it on this. And there we go. And now it'll just automatically make lava for us. So we can go and grab this and this guy. And we'll make... Yeah, that was dumb of me. Okay. What do I want to do? Just make two more. Yeah. It's not like I don't have ample iron to do so. So grab that. We'll grab that. Sweet. And then we can go ahead and grab this guy. Nope. It's around the back. Perfect. Also, now that we have um our panels somewhere right here, I would much rather use them. Alright, now we can go ahead and upgrade these. Sorry about that. And it'll automatically throw it in there. Versus, you know, having to click it and then go over and press the move items button, right? But there we go. And now we can go ahead and get another set. 1, 2. 1, 2. And now we can go ahead and go up to our gold, emerald, and then we'll finally hit our diamonds. 1, 2. 1, 2. And there we go. And we'll make another one just because why not? But, yes. Now that we have that, we can go ahead and get one final set. The lava there. And there we go. Now we got it running back up. And it is significantly faster. Because it does 32 at a time? Yeah, speed modifier 32. So yeah, it makes 32 a time. So much faster than the 2. The one we were producing before. Major improvement there. And then these things are also really cool because if I go ahead and click U on this for uses, we can make a whole bunch of different items with this, sorry. Like we put lava and lava on one side with netherrack underneath. We'll be producing our netherrack. Or you could do... Oh yeah, be careful to make sure to always check these because it will say source block is consumed. And I want to show you a cool... Actually, yeah, really quickly, before we end out this episode, I want to show you a really cool tip and trick thing that I learned from... I believe it was one of Chosen Architect's videos. And he showed me a really cool way to get around the source block is used kind of thing, right? So if we just, let's go right here. Let's go on the backside of the... No. Definitely not. Let's go, yeah, right here. Something that looks perfect, yeah. Or, actually... Yeah, because we can use the water from this. Okay, so if we go ahead and put our storm generator here. And I do want to make, you know what? You can tell I'm not a basketball player. Alright, there we go. We'll throw that in the friggin' garbage because... Let's go ahead and make ourselves a diamond pickaxe real quick. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's right, I had some on me. So yeah, we have our diamond pickaxe. I'm gonna go ahead and lava, water, as we all know, that makes obsidian. Gimme, 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 gimme. There we go. And now, if we put this underneath, it'll set the stone block generator to go, hey, we want to make obsidian. And actually, let's just upgrade this while we have the chance while we're here. I know I said a quick second, but if we're gonna do something, let's do it right, right? Right. All right. So yeah, let's just go ahead and upgrade this guy, cause why not? And a lot of this mod pack is going to be very similar to this, where it's just kind of that tiered system, or one at a time. But once we get our AE setup going, we're just going to have it auto-craft everything, and then we're not going to have to worry about actually doing it ourselves. Well, you know what I mean. It's more of a click, I want it. Thank you. Appreciate it. 1, 2, and finally 1, 2. And we can go ahead and make our final diamond one. And then we have our extra lava right here that we're going to need. So yeah, if we put this guy here on top of our obsidian, and we break out 2 blocks, and we put flowing lava, well, our lava slow spark right here, and it turns into flowing, it'll keep using that flowing block as its quote-unquote source block, which is just the coolest thing, and I don't know why I've never tried it before. Shout out the Chosen Architect. I love watching his videos, and he is just the ultimate Minecraft nerd. He knows everything, and I love it. But anyway, yeah, so let's go ahead and... I think I have a spare drawer somewhere around here. Could just steal one of the ones on the ground, on the wall there. Nah, there we go. So yeah, we'll go ahead and put a drawer on it. And... boom! There we go. And it is going to be slow, but again, you know, just going to keep doing that. But either way, now we are making infinite obsidian. And I am just absolutely thrilled. So yeah, now we have some obsidian. We got a way to deal with all of our cool drops. And the next episode, I want to start our power and get a little bit of so yeah, get power going, and then I also want to get our auto sieving started. But anyway, with that, I hope you guys have an amazing day and have a good one.